Beta Ray Bill vs. Lobo, Cosmic Gladiator vs. the Main Man. Hey there, folks. Ever wondered what would happen if Marvel's Cosmic Crusader Beta Ray Bill went head-to-head with DC's Ultimate Bounty Hunter, Lobo? Well, grab your favorite snack and settle in, cause today we're diving deep into this epic clash between the Cosmic Gladiator and the Main Man. On one side, we've got Beta Ray Bill, a noble warrior with the power of Thor himself. On the other, Lobo, the unkillable, cigar-chomping biker who doesn't know the meaning of the word, quit. So, who's gonna come out on top? Let's find out. Beta Ray Bill, the Cosmic Gladiator. Let's kick things off with our pal Beta Ray Bill. Hailing from the Corbinite race, Bill wasn't always the hammer-swinging hero we know today. His people were facing extinction, so they did what any advanced alien race would do: they created a champion. Through a series of intense bioengineering and cybernetic enhancements, Beta Ray Bill became the protector of his entire species, carrying their hopes on his shoulders as they searched for a new home. But here's where it gets spicy. During his travels, Bill crossed paths with none other than Thor. After a mix-up where they thought each other were threats, classic superhero misunderstanding, they duked it out. And guess what? Bill proved himself worthy by lifting Mjolnir. Odin, being the reasonable All-Father, decided that Bill deserved his own hammer, Stormbreaker. And just like that, the Cosmic Gladiator was born. Now, let's talk powers. Beta Ray Bill isn't just some knockoff Thor. Thanks to his Corbinite physiology and cybernetic enhancements, he's got superhuman strength, speed, and durability out the wazoo. With Stormbreaker in hand, he's basically got a get-out-of-jail-free card for any sticky situation. We're talking weather manipulation, energy blasts, dimensional portals, the whole shebang. Oh, and did I mention he can fly faster than the speed of light? Yeah, he's that cool. Bill's resume is nothing to sneeze at. He's gone toe-to-toe with Thor and held his own. He's faced down Searcher's fire demons without breaking a sweat and even led armies into battle against universe-level threats. When the universe needs saving and Thor's voicemail is full, you bet they're calling Beta Ray Bill. But beneath that rugged, horse-like exterior lies a soul grappling with identity and purpose. Bill's journey isn't just about smashing bad guys, it's about protecting his people and holding onto his humanity, or Corbinity, if you will. He's got a strong moral compass and always strives to do what's right, even when the odds are stacked against him. Lobo, the Main Man. Switching gears to our anti-hero extraordinaire, Lobo. Born on the peaceful planet Zarnia, Lobo was, well, a bit of a black sheep. Actually, more like a black hole. He single-handedly wiped out his entire race for a science project. Yep, you heard that right. Talk about commitment to education. With his home planet turned to rubble, Lobo took to the stars as an intergalactic bounty hunter. He's the kind of guy who gets the job done, no matter how messy it gets. And let's be honest, he prefers it messy. Lobo's powers are off the charts. He's got strength that rivals Superman, an insane healing factor that makes Wolverine look like he's got a paper cut, and he's practically immortal. Seriously, he got banned from both heaven and hell because they couldn't handle him. Plus, he's a master in all forms of combat and has an arsenal of space-age weapons. If it's deadly, Lobo's either got it or knows where to get it. As for feats, where do we start? He's thrown down with the Man of Steel multiple times and lived to tell the tale. He's hunted down some of the most dangerous beings in the universe and cashed in big time. Oh, and he once regenerated himself from a pool of his own blood. You can't keep this Main Man down. Sure, Lobo's a crazy, bike-riding badass, but he's got his own code of honor. He takes his contracts seriously. Once he's hired, he won't stop until the job's done. And while he might seem like chaos incarnate, there's a method to his madness. Deep down, or maybe not that deep, he's all about living life on his own terms and having a blast while doing it. Head-to-head comparison. Alright, let's pit these two juggernauts against each other. Beta Ray Bill brings the thunder, literally. His noble spirit and mastery of Stormbreaker make him a force to be reckoned with. He's got the brains and the brawn, coupled with a strategic mind honed from countless battles. Lobo, on the other hand, is the embodiment of raw power and sheer stubbornness. His strength and durability are off the charts, and his regenerative abilities mean he can keep going long after others would be down for the count. But nobody's perfect, right? Bill's reliance on Stormbreaker could be a chink in his armor. Without it, he's still tough, but not, take on the universe, tough. As for Lobo, his reckless nature and overconfidence might get him into trouble. He tends to underestimate his opponents, which could be a costly mistake against someone like Bill. When it comes to combat skills, both are top tier. Bill combines his physical prowess with tactical thinking and the mystical abilities of Stormbreaker. Lobo is all about brute force and unpredictability. He's a brawler who loves to get up close and personal, and he'll use anything and everything to his advantage. Bill's notable wins include standing his ground against Thor and taking on cosmic threats that could wipe out galaxies. Lobo's list features beating down some of DC's strongest heroes and villains alike. He's even taken on entire armies solo and come out on top. The hypothetical battle. So, what happens when these two collide? Imagine a remote planet on the fringes of the galaxy, a perfect place for an unplanned meetup. Maybe Lobo's got a bounty that leads him straight to Beta Ray Bill. Or perhaps Bill is defending a world that Lobo's been hired to decimate. Either way, sparks are gonna fly. The two warriors lock eyes across the barren landscape. Lobo cracks a grin, revs his bike, and charges. Bill, ever the honorable fighter, prepares for the onslaught. They clash, testing each other's strength. Bill's surprised at Lobo's resilience, while Lobo's thrilled to have a worthy opponent. Things heat up as they unleash their full arsenals. Bill summons lightning, trying to keep Lobo at bay. Lobo tanks the hits, laughs it off, and hurls explosives. The terrain becomes a wasteland of craters and storm clouds. Neither is holding back now. Bill realizes he needs to outsmart Lobo. Using Stormbreaker's abilities, he creates dimensional rifts and tries to trap Lobo. But Lobo's not so easily contained. He breaks free with sheer force. The two are evenly matched, and it becomes a battle of wits as much as strength. Beta Ray Bill could gain the upper hand by exploiting Lobo's recklessness. By setting traps and using strategic attacks, he might wear Lobo down enough to incapacitate him, perhaps using Stormbreaker's magic to bind him. Alternatively, Lobo's regeneration and relentless assault could overwhelm Bill. If he separates Bill from Stormbreaker, even for a moment, he could deliver a decisive blow. And let's face it, Lobo fights dirty, he wouldn't hesitate to exploit any advantage. There's also the chance that the battle reaches a stalemate. Both fighters realize they're evenly matched and decide to call it quits, or team up against a bigger threat. Stranger things have happened in comics. Let's not forget the wildcards. Interference from other characters could tip the scales. Maybe Thor shows up to back up his buddy Bill, or perhaps Lobo's employer steps in with extra firepower. Environmental factors like a sudden cosmic storm or collapsing planet could also force an unexpected end to the fight. Conclusion. So there you have it. Beta Ray Bill and Lobo are two powerhouses from different universes, each with unique strengths and a few weaknesses. Bill's got the power of a god and the heart of a hero. Lobo's got unmatched resilience and a never say die attitude, literally. If we're calling it, the fight could honestly go either way. But, if we factor in Bill's strategic mind and mystical abilities, he might just edge out a victory. Then again, can anyone truly defeat someone who won't stay dead? At the end of the day, it's a battle for the ages. But hey, that's just one take. What do you think? Could Beta Ray Bill's honor and power overcome Lobo's sheer tenacity and might? Or would the main man add another win to his record? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's get the debate rolling. Thanks for hanging out and geeking out with us today. If you enjoyed this cosmic showdown, hit that like button and subscribe for more epic versus battles. We've got plenty more where that came from. Credits and references. Shout out to the amazing creators and artists who've brought these characters to life over the years. Without them, we wouldn't have these awesome stories to dive into. If you want a deep dive into their adventures, check out The Mighty Thor, number 337 for Beta Ray Bill's debut, and Lobo, number 1 to see the main man in action. Trust me, they're worth the read. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on social media for behind-the-scenes content and updates. And if you're feeling extra generous, check out our merch store to rock some awesome gear. Until next time, keep on exploring the multiverse.